Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Aus Nasser. I am the Student Engagement Manager with the Pearl Initiative. Again, I'd like to thank everyone who's registered for the webinar and the participants involved and the ones who have not been able to get involved so far. To give a quick introduction, the Pearl Initiative is the only independent nonprofit organization working to improve corporate accountability and transparency across the Gulf region. Developed in cooperation with the United Nations Office for Partnerships, the organization was launched in 2010 September at the United Nations headquarters in New York. As part of the Student Engagement Initiative, we hold a series of pledge sessions with university students across the Gulf region, addressing topics related to sustainability of businesses. These sessions are conducted by executives within the Gulf region organizations who present on their sustainable business practices. The purpose of these series is to bring business leaders and youth together, informing and inspiring students on the topics applied in practice by businesses in the Gulf region. So far, we've engaged with 7,538 students across the Gulf, and we have a network of 40 regional universities. For the current circumstances, we are continually engaging the students virtually and continue to receive contributions from students on these pledges. Students can get involved by strengthening their portfolio and through the engagement with these sessions by submitting a write-up on the sessions being held. These topics will be presented to our partners and also be printed on hard copy. These practical learning initiatives will add value to participants and engagement when meeting employers to stand out from the competition. I urge everyone to participate with these reports, and we'll be sending out a template at the end for the participants where you can see the guidelines and send it back to us. Thank you, everyone, and I'd like to congratulate Mr. Charles Tawk on being committed to our business pledge. And without further ado, I will be passing the floor now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Thank you, Aus, for this lovely introduction. Allow me first to introduce myself. My name is Charles Tawk. I'm a partner at Meirc Training and Consulting. Our topic for today is partnership and collaboration and its impact on employee engagement. And before I start, I want to hope you are healthy and safe at home or wherever you are. Because the pandemic, COVID-19, began its rapid spread throughout the world, and most companies have made the decision to protect their employees. And now almost everybody is working from home. And this is why we are doing this, let's say, webinars through internet or online. So not every company was prepared for this sudden transition to a fully remote workforce. So most families are self-quarantined or so on and so forth. So hopefully in this webinar, we will try to share with you some insight to maintain the engagement of your employees. So let me first introduce myself swiftly. Again, my name is Charles Joseph Tawk. I'm a partner with Meirc Training and Consulting. I hold a Master of Science in Human Resources Management and Training from the University of Leicester, UK, and also am a holder of a Bachelor degree of Law from Lebanese University. So you can know by now that I am Lebanese. However, I will not go through all of this. What we will do, we'll try as much as we can to give you those information, but yet, even we are doing a webinar, I will try to interact with you. So if you scroll down your screen, there is a Q&A, so question and answer. However, when I ask you any question, please use this button in order to answer my question. So use the question to answer my question, because this is how it goes, and this is how I can see your answers. So my first poll question will be in a few minutes, but we will be covering today two main topics. First, the definition of employee engagement, and then we will go to an overview of employee engagement, some good and bad practices, and hopefully later on, towards the end of the webinar, we will be giving you some tips for how to engage your employee in the coronavirus situation. So let us jump to the first question. So the question will be, in 3 words or less, what is your definition of employee engagement? So in 3 words or less, what is your definition of employee engagement? Please, again, if you scroll down your screen, there is a Q&A button. Just click on it and, answer, and then I can see your answer. So I'll give you a few seconds. And if not, I'll continue. I'll give you my definition as well. Till now, I can't see. So again, I will ask you, so I have here some answers. So Ahmed, thank you so much. Ahmed Saeed, he is saying high reliable employees. Rania is saying loyalty, teamwork. Imad is answering by participation in decisions. So all what you just mentioned is true. However, I will not, take more of your valuable time these days, since you all have more time now to benefit from. So in 3 words, and based on the Chartered Institute for Personal Development, CIPD UK, employee engagement can be defined in 3 words: vigor, so the energy, the resilience, and effort. When I put effort in my work, when I put this extra mile, when I do the work, and then dedication, enthusiasm, inspiration, and pride. I am proud to work in such company, or I'm proud to be in such organization, or I am proud to be. I am proud student at the universities in the UAE. And then the third is the absorption. What is this? It is the concentration and being attached in one's work, team, and organization. I feel home. I feel that I have friends and family in my work. And those 3 main pillars will define, based on CIPD. It's not my opinion, but I do agree to a certain extent with CIPD. They are saying that those 3 words can define employee engagement. Let's move to another definition of employee engagement. Another definition would be the concept of employee engagement is often confused with satisfaction, and we will talk about that in a few seconds. But the true definition is deeper in meaning. Employee engagement is defined as the level of an employee's psychological investment in their organization. So too much word, I know. So let's start with the differentiation between satisfaction and engagement. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, I can be satisfied while doing nothing. I can be satisfied while taking my salary, and even though that I know that I don't have a good results. I can be satisfied in a job without being productive. So engagement, you cannot but to be productive, or but to be loyal, or but to do the best results, and you push for the best results, and sometimes you go to your supervisor or manager asking him, what shall I do? I don't have a job, or I can do better. What is my plan? What is my future? What is my areas of improvement, and so on and so forth. So employee engagement is a psychological investment. It means there is a psychological contract between any employee and its organization and his employer. And even there is a psychological contract between a student and the university. So what is the psychological contract is, I will do this because you are providing me that. So it's a mutual, let's say, understanding, and there are, some rights and some, things that we have to be in common between the organization and the employee in order to be engaged. My best definition yet is about what is engagement? So engagement here is what? In order to know engagement, it is that effort that you do, the extra effort that you do, that extra mile that you go. So it is not a regular employee that is doing his work or following the KPIs, is always do an extra mile. So based on an organization like those to have engaged employee engagement is a voluntary commitment. It's not someone coming to you by using the stick or even the carrot telling you to do something. It's something that you do from your own. You are willing to do this. So it is a voluntary commitment by the employee to produce the value desired by the employer with no surprises. So it's not once in a blue moon. So once in a blue moon, wallah, he gets his target or he achieved better than the expected results. No, it's always achieving the best results. So it is a state of mind or something psychological and outward expression of inner responsibility, something from inside. It is the responsibility to do that because I feel as an employee that I'm committed and I am on the same time accountable, which is driven by an intrinsic, so internal rather than external motivators. So this is engagement, and it is way too different than satisfaction. So based on Gallup, so here I want to highlight two major international companies. So they are really specialized, or they do reports on yearly basis regarding engagement, of course, and other subjects, but mainly engagement. Those two organizations are Gallup and Aon. Both are those organizations, and you will see, some reports from here and from there. So based on Gallup and Today Business Reality, Gallup is mentioning that some, percentages and numbers, and it's good to share with you. 29% of employees are engaged with their work, only 29%. Then we have 55% are not engaged. So till here, it's okay. I know there are some people that are not engaged, but they are not, heavily disengaged, or they are not hurting the organization or the company or even the university. So they are not engaged. It means that they are in this organization but not willing to give the extra mile. It's okay. But there are 16% are actively disengaged with their work. And here, those 16% are really, really the black sheep. So those are the employees that go into social media and they're surrounding with their friends, with the family, telling about life sometimes and bad news about the organization, hurting the employer branding. And then we have 50%, they are thinking of resigning in the past 6 months. And for sure, the lack of engagement in the United States itself only, it is costing around $450 billion annually. Big numbers if we go through them. So what can we do? And here it is a question that we can ask not only for organization, we can ask for human resources, we can ask for individual managers, leaders, and for us employees. So we have to pay attention, especially as in HR, since most of the companies are putting the engagement under the human resources or under management. So what are the strategies that we should pay attention to? So bear with me. Let's go one by one. So first, fair treatment of employees and support for well-being. And here, well-being means the balance, work-life balance. And now, especially now in COVID-19, coronavirus pandemic, companies should they should treat their employees fairly. Even they are staying home, they find some tools in order to keep them busy, and as much as we can to stay human in treating them, not cutting too much salaries, not lay off and downsizing as we go, so as much as we can to maintain our human capital. Second point, empowering employees to shape their jobs, especially nowadays, because we have the new generation, we have to give some flexibility to employees in order to decide what are their preferences, what do they like to do in their job, and even they are in the company. So for instance, if I recruited a person to be in the sales team, and then after a while he's not doing a good job, ask your employee, what do they prefer? Do they prefer another? Do they have other, competencies? So maybe they fit more in customer service, and why not do the rotation? Effective channels for employee voice. Are you hearing your employees? Do you have channels? Do you have suggestion box? Do you have an open door policy? Now in the crisis, are you having a good crisis communication with your employee? Are they aware of the new laws and regulations? And I can assure you, based on my experience, 50% of the problems can be solved just by listening to your employees. Good people management skills, for sure. Here I will not go. It's a big subject. It's about having leaders, not only managers in the company. Performance management system that motivates and give opportunities for professional development. So I need a good, management system, performance management system. I don't wait till the end of the year to give my employees their, performance. I update them, I follow up with them, I do reviews, I help them in order to achieve their goals. And then last but not least, and this is the most important point, communication and communicate to reinforce purpose and vision and keep employee informed. So as much as you communicate, as much as your people are engaged, they know the vision, the mission, what will happen in the company. And I can assure you, especially in these, hard times. So let's go to the models. Are there any models in order to apply the engagement? There are many models for sure, and many theories there, and many research are there, but my preferred model is the ABC model. The ABC model, it is an acronym, and each letter it has a meaning. So what is the ABC model of employee engagement? So let me start with the A. A stands for antecedent, B stands for behavior, and C stands for consequences. So what I'm trying to say here is applying what we just mentioned. So first, antecedent. So I need, as an organization, as a manager, as a university, whatever, I need to clarify what is needed to be done, what needs to be done. So I have to manage the expectation. For instance, if you don't, inform an employee clearly about a target or a goal or a KPI, at the end of the year, he will not get it. He will not reach, and he will not get the needed result. Why? Because you did not clarify to him what needs to be done. So first, as an organization, as a manager, you need to clarify, you have to manage the expectation. So, and then you throw the ball to the employee or to the individual. So then it will be behavior. So what is the employee role here is the employee will have a better chance of delivering what needs to be done. So the results. So if I clarify, I'm not saying he will surely, get the result. He will have a more chance, and he will have, better ways in order to reach the expected result. And then based on that, you will have the consequences. So opportunity to reward the employees. So sometimes, when the employee gets, the right information, he delivered the right result, we need to reward the employee, and then this reward will make the employee engage. However, you have to listen here carefully. The rewards should be customized and should be like a bouquet, and each employee loves different color, different shape, and different perfumes. And this is sometimes the big errors of organization, where they provide everyone, the same rewards, and this is wrong. So I'll ask you another question. So again, if you scroll down, there is a Q&A where you can answer. My question will be, what will drive your engagement more? So you have to select one of these, or you add one that is not mentioned here. Money, recognition as organization, or as promotion, career opportunity, opening for career opportunity, leadership roles, or other. Please mention if you have additional points here, and use again the Q&A. When you scroll down, there is a Q&A. So I have here, people are trying to, leadership. So Sandus replied with leadership, I think. And then Muhammad replied by compassion and empathy. Yeah, I agree with you, Muhammad. Other than this, I'm waiting for other replies. Rania, answered recognition of efforts. Absolutely right, Rania. Thank you for your participation. Ahmad and Omar. Omar is saying recognition and leadership. Ahmad is saying for some people it is the desire to learn, I think. Yeah, absolutely. Ahmad Saeed, recognition. Amna Shamsi is answering by motivational rewards. Absolutely right. I will not go through all your answers. I wish I have the time and the luxury of time. However, all your answers are true in a way or another. Let us see by Gallup what was the best rewards or best thing that engage employee. So let's go and see, based on the global trends 2018, 2019, top engagement opportunity globally were the following. So this year and last year. So last year we are talking about 2018, and this year we are talking about 2019. Last year, reward and recognition were number one, and still reward and recognition, still they are on the top of the list. The second one is senior leadership, as many of you mentioned, leadership. Leadership was the third last year. This year is the second. And then career opportunity. Give me, where I'm going. Give me growth. Give me movement in the organization. Was in the fourth. Now it's in the third. And then employee value proposition was on the second place last year. This year it is on the fourth place. And enabling infrastructure. So I need to have, a good place to work, an environment, and the right tools. All of this is in the same position, the fifth place. So what are the practices, or what drive the employee engagement? We have also here many theories, but the theory that I like to share, because it is really good and it has many components. It has actually 8 components. It is the Spitzer 8 desires of motivation. So what motivates your employee? Based on Mr. Spitzer, he provides us with 8 desires that will lead to employee motivation. And those are, I like to put them in an acronym in order to, memorize them. It will be PACORAMA. It's not panorama, it's PACORAMA. So first, the PACORAMA, what's PACORAMA? P, it's power. So when I have the power of my status, a power that it's giving me by the employer or the company to do my job, this is the first thing that will motivate me. The second one, it is the activity. So A stands for activity. So I will be motivated, and if I have a different, and if I have interest in the things that I'm doing. I'm interested in my activities at that job. The third one is the competence. So am I using my strengths, my values, my knowledge, my skills in my company, yes or no? And then the O stands for the ownership. So am I involved in the decision in the organization? And then the recognition. Am I recognized when I'm doing a good job, or just they will say to me, by tapping on my shoulder, it's a good job? No. Am I recognized? So when I'm doing a good job, am I rewarded? My job is seen, or my manager is, feeling my effort, yes or no? Affiliation. So do I have a good friends, and do I have a team spirit, at least in my organization? The meaning. Do I feel that what I'm doing now, it has a meaning? It is aligned within my value and achievement. So do I feel challenged? Do I feel that I have to do that extra effort in order to reach to the top? And when I reach to the top, I feel that I have done something. If you have those a desire based on the Spitzer, you will be motivated, and motivation is a big chunk, a big part of engagement. So let's move now to some lessons we need to learn specifically in engagement. So the lessons here, and specifically one lesson, is that engagement drivers can vary from an organization to another. So we don't have the same, bouquet or the same bundles in all the organization. Each organization found, let's say, many items, put them together in order to engage their employees. So in order to maximize action planning effectiveness, your company or your university or your organization needs to clearly understand your top engagement focus areas. You need to ask more. You need to do more survey. You need to do more interview. Ask one-on-one your employees to identify what are really the things that engage your employee. Then after that, you put them all together, and it will be like, you know, a bundle that you can give to your employee, and it will boost their engagement, and basically many results for that engagement, and we'll see it in you know, later on in a few slides. So again, a question again, what are the benefits of employee engagement? So now we defined employee engagement, we give you some theories, we give you, but we need as a top management, so the upper management, you know, to be realistic, they need tangible results. They need returns on their investments. So what is the return of investment of engagement, or what are the benefits of engagement? What will happen if employees are engaged? Again, please use the Q&A button, you know, and then click on it, and then you can answer me directly, and I read as much as I can your answers. So again, what are the benefits of employee engagement? Still waiting? Shall I, you know, ask Amna, Ahmad, Omar, Rania to give me some answer? So Rania is answering, we will increase the wealth of, let me know. Okay, we will increase the wealth of the shareholders. Absolutely, we will have. So we will have maximizing the outputs as Imad and as well Amna adds value to the company. Absolutely. Here you are a bit you know, generic. I need you to be more scientific, more, you know, to the point. What will you know, in specific area, in some KPIs, in some, you know, key results area, what will be? So company profits are based on the employee engagement. Yes, it will, you know, impact for sure the profit. So enhance the culture of the firm. Yes, still I agree with all of you, but I need more specific answers. So at the end, the management they need numbers, they need KPIs. Am I right? So let me give you some answers. So what will happen is the following. First of all, so it will increase the employee safety. So the you know, accident will drop. It is tangible. I can, so last year I had, let's say, 5 accidents. It is 5% of the company. You know, I had only 5 accidents. It will drop to 1 or 2 because people, when they are engaged, they are more responsible. Second, better employee health. So less diseases. And here I want to ask you about the sick leave. When I have a sick leave, actually, it is not really a sick leave. It is most of them, and based on research, 40% of the sick leave are a message that is sending, the employee is sending to the organization that I don't like it here. Actually, and so when I am happy, I want to come. Even if I'm sick, I want to come to the company. Am I right? Actually, it will happier employees, better work-life balance. People will finalize their work when they should, and then they will benefit with their families and friends. Lower absenteeism, so lower percentage of absenteeism, higher retention, so low turnover. People who don't want to leave a company where they are engaged, and for sure it will be a greater loyalty, better customer service, and then better customer when the customer they have feedback, and your satisfaction percentage or index will be better, and then greater productivity for sure, and better employer branding, so the reputation of the organization that the employee are engaged. So when I go to social media, I will mention that I have the best organization in the world. So if you ask me now about Meirc, my organization, I'll tell you Meirc is the best organization in the world. Why? Because I'm engaged, because I love my company. So The last question, and then after a few slides, we'll finalize this, webinar, hoping that you are engaged while listening to me. So, can you list some of employee engagement best practices, whether in your organization or in your university, or you've heard it from someone of your friends or relatives? So again, use the Q&A button to answer me. So again, the question is, can you list some of employee engagement best practices or practices? So waiting for some answers. Best practices, I think, I don't know, gatherings, going to the movies together when there were no curfew. Out of duty services, yes, why not? Muhammad Faridi. Workshops, yes, absolutely, Ahmad. Building trust, Ahmad. Yeah, it is, hard to build, but when it's built, it's amazing. High active and role model employees, absolutely. Actually, I will add to Ahmed Saeed, answer. I would say also role model as, as manager, to be really leaders, not only managers. All of these are good practices. Let me share with you, some best practices, and this is, not all. Those were gathered real best practices in some organization in titles, so it's generic as well. So, employee engagement practices or best practices build leadership and trust. You already mentioned that. Thank you so much. It is when I have a good leadership and I build trust, I will really find the employee engaged and motivated. So engagement should start from the top. So it is not an employee or all are employees, from the CEO down to the frontliners. All should be engaged and all can be engaged. Encourage development within your organization. So training, development, learning, all of this, on-job training. It's a perpetual learning environment and development. Support flexibility when and if possible. For instance, nowadays you have to support flexibility. You have to support, people working from home. Why did you think of it, earlier, and so on and so forth. So the second one is listen. Listen to your employees and respond. Not listen only, respond when you can, and then adapt. Rectify if they are right or if there is an issue. Create a culture of empathy. So empathize. So we are not machines. People are not machines. They have feelings. They have problems. So we have to listen, and we have to really have the empathy to, tell them that we care really for you. And then offer customized reward and unique benefit. Customized reward, it means that each employee will be happy when receiving that reward. In a nutshell, if I want to, in one slide, make this, easier for you and make a summary, and based on Aon model. So what are the drivers? The drivers for engagement are the agility, the flexibility, the engaging leadership. So I have leaders, not managers only. The talent focus, I focus on developing and training and coaching my talented people. The work itself, the environment, and then the basics. The basics are that we can provide to anyone. So what are the basics? So job security, the safety. Even nowadays, the basics shaped. However, we need to go further and beyond. So what are the other? The work empowerment, work-life balance, job satisfaction. What is agility? This agility is about, you know, customer focus, internal customer focus and external customer focus. Sharing the decisions within the organization and collaborating with each other. What does it mean, engaging leadership? It means that senior managers should be leaders. They should be having two roles, the leader's role and the manager's role. And then talent focus here to have a better employer brand, and then to have a clear career development, a clearer performance management system, reward recognition, and a better talent and staffing. So what will lead those drivers, if they are available, it will lead to engagement outcome. What are the engagement outcome? People will say about you, so they will say, so the 3S, you know, outcomes, they will say, they will speak good about the organization, enhancing the employer brand, and then they will stay, so lower turnover, they will stay in the organization, and it will give you more and more, and you will have higher, you know, retention, and they will strive, they will give you better, you know, results, productivity, you know, and, you know, effectiveness and efficiency. So what are the business outcome? The business outcome, talent retention will stay, absenteeism will be lower, wellness will be higher, operational productivity will be higher, safety will be higher with lower accident, customer satisfaction will be higher, and customer retention, internal and external customer will be higher, and then for sure you will have financial revenues and growth and incomes. Wow. All of this because of engaged employee. So to wrap it up, so engagement ROI are, if people are engaged, so productivity will be higher by 21%, profitability 22%, customer satisfaction 10%, absenteeism will be lower by 37%, turnover will be lower, it depends on the organization and application, between 25 and 65%, and safety accident would be lower 48%, and quality incident will be lesser or fewer by 41%, will be lesser defect in your product. In order to finalize this, so if you have a booth, and based on the numbers provided by AM and Gallup, and you have only 29% engaged, those are, you know, doing the efforts in order to achieve the target and the goals, and you have 52% just sitting here and watching the scenes and the nice views, and 19% are doing the effort in order to, you know, put, you know, blocks in front of your achievement. So what if we have a higher engaged employee and then lower percentages in the not engaged area and lower percentage in the actively disengaged people? You will be achieving more results, more outcome, and more financial stability. So by this, I'll be finalizing today's webinar. Thank you so much for being there. I hope that I could, in my voice, in my question, engage you a bit. For more information about any topic related to training development, related to any area, finance, customer service, sales, anything, please visit our website, www.meirc.com. And I want to announce that now we are providing also virtual learning and virtual, you know, training. Thank you so much, and hopefully to see you soon. Any question? And then we can. Rania, thank you. So, Noor is asking if it is recorded. I think yes, it is recorded, and hopefully, our partners will give you the link to their YouTube channel. So is there any additional question? I will try to answer them as well. So thank you so much for your time. Noor, thank you so much as well. Ahmad, thanks and appreciate it. It was an interesting subject. Thank you so much, Ahmad. Muhammad Faridi, are you asking because technology is missing human dimensions today? Actually, I think it is an interesting, question, Muhammad Faridi. But technology today, we see that technology serves the human. So this is the bright side of technology. There are many jobs, I assure you, and I agree with you, there are many jobs that will vanish due to this technology, but yet there are many more opportunities in order to, that will take place. It depends on the human, how you develop your skills, and you can, surf this new wave. So before 2 to 3 years, we didn't think that we will do webinars and online training. We preferred the face-to-face training, but due to the coronavirus and the self-quarantine and the curfew, we are doing now, and we added a new competency. Do you agree? Any other questions? I think this is it. Thank you so much again and again for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Charles. It was a pleasure to have you here with us to discuss this wonderful topic to our students. I just had one more thing to tell all the participants is that we will be sending out the framework for our, sorry, I'm not sure whether I'm being heard at the moment.
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Fantastic. Sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah, just the framework of the case study will be sent out to the participants, which you can then revert back to us, and we can publish this on our website, as I said earlier, and share this with our partners, as well as have a rapport built for you, on your portfolio in terms of your employability. So that is one more other factor you can put in. So thank you, everyone, for your time, and it was wonderful having you. Thank you so much, Charles.
Welcome, everybody, and see you soon, hopefully. Stay safe.
Thank you.